Greetings everyone and welcome to my next projects. This is Metroid 4, also known as Metroid Fusion, released for the Game Boy Advance handheld video game system. We're going to start ourselves off with a little opening cinematic, so while it's playing I'm going to explain to you what's going on. I've already done a 0% run of Fusion, it was uncommentated, but this is going to be a Let's Play, 100% hard mode. Hard mode means I have to use the Japanese version of the game, because hard mode did not exist in the English version. The English version only got one mode, and that was just normal. Japanese, you get easy, normal, and hard. So, anyway, where necessary, I'm going to be splicing in English versions of some cutscenes, and then when we get to the mission screens, I'm probably going to be subtitling them. And then explaining what's going on. But anyway, that didn't look pretty good. Samus just went and crashed herself into a rock. Whatever. Alright, so what we're going to do is copy our normal file down here and start a new one. Well, I'm just going to reset it, but that's okay. Make it hard mode. Alright, so I'll leave you guys with this cutscene, and I'll come back to you when it's over. Alright, welcome back. So, as you can see, Samus has had kind of a rough day, but we're back. We have a new ship, we got a new suit, we're ready to go. Alright, so every mission starts off like this. We get kind of a map, and we get a synopsis, and it tells us what to do. Now, I should give you a bit of a disclaimer. I don't know Japanese, I can't read it, so what you're seeing is, the subtitles that you're seeing are from the English release of the game, so it's not a direct translation. Basically, it's just there so that you know what's going on. So anyway, we've arrived at the space station. We're going to investigate what happened because some shit went down here and we got to figure it out. Telling us that there are life signs in the holding bay over there, and we're going to go check it out. Yes, my mission is clear. Thank you very much. Alright, so welcome to the game. We're finally in some gameplay. This game and Zero Mission were both released on the Game Boy Advance. The Zero Mission is more, I guess people would call that one the more Metroid-y type of game. It's a little more open-worlded. You can sequence break. This one, it's really difficult to near impossible to actually sequence break. But oh my god, I'm doing it right now! I'm sequence breaking! Holy shit! Well, actually, you can't do anything down here, so there's no point. But it is kind of a fun thing. You could see some secrets early on. We'll be coming back through that much later in the game. Alright, we're getting into the part of the game, though, that a lot of people find annoying, is this navigation computer kind of babies you, in that in case you forgot your mission in the past 3 rooms that you were in, it's there. So anyway, we've got kind of the same controls as Zero Mission, but then again, not quite the same. We don't have the bomb jumping that you can do, and the wall jumping is a little bit different. You can't do double wall jumping. It's single wall jumping only. And wow, that frog monster turned into a bit of a virus. And we've absorbed it. Well, I guess we're going to have to figure out what that's about. Anyway, a lot of people, like I've mentioned, a lot of people hate this game, or don't like it because it's not very Metroid-y, but I actually like it. I don't think it's the best Metroid game, but it is a really good game on its own right. If you look at it kind of as a standalone thing, it's a pretty good game. So yes, an X-Parasite followed us back from SR-388's in that sample, that enemy thing that we had there. Or whatever. Yeah, it's a pretty nasty thing to deal with. Basically what they can do is replicate, they can replicate enemies that they've seen or been, and yeah, they're just nasty little critters. But, however, their natural enemy are Metroids. The Metroids actually eat them. So since our suit, as you remember from the cutscene, is made out of Metroid DNA, we cannot be harmed by the X-Parasites. We can actually absorb them. So that's kind of how you do the health pickups in this game. The yellow X-Parasites, when you absorb them, will replenish your health. Very cool. Yeah, and basically we're getting a long explanation of what I just told you. It's the thing this game is full of, is long explanations for stuff that could easily be summarized relatively quickly. But that's okay. I'm leaving it in for completion's sake, but we have a lot of X-Parasites gathering in this one area over here. We're going to go check it out. My guess, and my guess is actually me knowing, that there's a boss over there. We have a 10% survival rates. I like those odds. Those are pretty good. 1 in 10. I can deal with that. Yes, yes, mission's clear. Whatever. Just get out of my face, computer. The computer does talk to you a lot at the beginning of the game, but later on, it won't talk to you as much. I mean, it'll still talk to you a lot, but it's not going to be like this first episode, so please don't let that scare you. Hey, Blood, you're done. I don't know the names of all the Metroid enemies, but I will name the ones that I think I know the names of. Can't get past that X barrier, you need missiles to get past it. And what I just shot in the face was some kind of zombie crew member. Whatever. Now, The nav computer is not just reiterating our mission. He's telling us that there's a new download available, that we might be able to get a new item. New items come in the form of downloads in this game. You actually download it into your suit data somehow. Don't really know how that works, but whatever. We'll just deal with it. Alright, so we're gonna go to the download room up there and pick it up. And with it, our survival rate climbs up to 20%. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, my survival rate is 100%. I guarantee it. This boss is not gonna be that difficult. Also, welcome to the game and its elevator cutscenes. There's actually only a few of these in the game, but yes, we're having inner monologue. It's not other M levels of inner monologue, but it's, you know, it's kind of rough. But anyway, like I said, I'm splicing in the English versions of those from time to time so that you don't have to read a lot of subtitles. Alright, so we're up in the control room of the space station. Down below us is a recharge room and a save station. I don't want to save the game just yet, and I don't need a recharge because I'm full of everything, but here we go. We've got ourselves some missiles, baby. Hold R and use the attack button to fire them. I really like the mechanic in this game of holding down the R button to fire the missiles instead of actually switching to them, like in Super Metroid or regular Metroid or any of the other games, except for Zero Mission, which does the same thing as this game. Anyway, the power seems to have gone out, and that's not good. We still have to find our way to that boss room and kill the gathering of the X-monsters. The X-parasites, if you will. So we're pretty much going to have to find our way down there, even though the elevator's busted. So we're going to get an introduction early on into the game of exploring paths that are not on the map. That's going to be a big part of this game. It's also a big part of any Metroid game, really. But, you know, this game not being very sequence breakable, and by very, I mean not at all. It's kind of weird that they, you know, have areas outside of the map, but whatever. It adds a layer of difficulty that, you know, normally wouldn't be there. Now, I haven't really talked about hard mode too much as compared to the other versions, but hard mode basically means it's just like in Zero Mission, where every energy tank only gives you 50 energy points instead of 100, and then every missile expansion only gives you 2 missiles instead of 5. Also, enemies do more damage to you, and that's it. That's hard mode. Some bosses, I think, may take more hits to kill, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll check up on that. Anyway, since this is a 100% run, we're going to be gathering all the items, so if you want to play along with me, you'll find out where everything is. The green X-parasites refill missiles, by the way. And here we have a barrier door. Those zombies are refillable, like they'll always come back to life, so they're a good endless supply of refills if you need them. Some slick wall jump in there. I am going to be showing off some skilled things in this run, by the way. We're going to see some pretty crazy shine sparking later on. Alright, and we've gathered ourselves pretty much all the pickups we're going to have before we fight this boss. So let's go take him out. Oh hey, we've seen this guy before. This guy is actually from Metroid 2. But he fights a lot differently in this game than he does in that one. He fires some slashing things at us and throws some fire, but otherwise he's not too deadly. You don't actually need missiles to kill him, you can shoot him with your beam. And it takes me longer to talk about him than it actually does to kill him. Every time you beat a boss in this game, that little X thing shows up in a ball, and you have to kill it with missiles. Talking about these enemies is, like I said, longer than killing them. But we picked up another ability, is the Morph Ball. Another way to gain abilities in this game is to kill bosses and collect those big X-parasites. They give you abilities. The abilities are also tied to the kind of boss you fought. That one rolled up into a ball a lot, so it gives us the ball. The Morph Ball is a great way to travel around quickly. It also allows you access to narrow passageways that you couldn't normally get in before. Alright, so that's actually where I'm going to leave it for this time. I'll see you guys next time we go down into the depths of the space station. I'll see you then. Later.